Hello, you had a great question, and go ahead and repeat your question.
Have you seen anyone in your personal experience misapply or apply energy into someone to disrupt their energy in a bad way?
Yeah, so the question is, have I ever known of anyone that applied this principle of inclusion, of connecting with someone and interacting with their energy that resulted in a negative outcome, right? It certainly can happen, but it won't, that's why the proper sequence of training is very beneficial. So one of the things that can happen, and I think many of you will know of at least someone that might have experienced this, which is they feel someone else's energy too strongly and it lets them, negatively affects them. Like someone say, oh, this person's energy bothers me too much. I feel ill now. I feel something like that. And that can happen if you're not well established in yourself. And by that, I mean that if you don't have a good awareness of who and how you are. So to the extent that you might connect with someone's energy during push hands or from a healing practice or some Qigong practice, afterwards, you want to be able to return to the way you are supposed to be if you've been influenced in any way, right? So kind of like, when you're making a big edit to some article you're writing or something like that, some letter you're writing, you might want to save a backup copy. So if you're able to know who you are, have a backup copy of yourself, you can prevent influences and contamination that you don't want to have. Another one is when people do things where I said, oh, if you were just more happy right now, it would be better. So I'm going to make you more happy. Sometimes we have good intentions, but are too specific in our application, and it doesn't respect the path that their life is supposed to take, what they're supposed to experience. Let's suppose something sad happened to you yesterday. I don't know, like someone you know got really ill or passed away even, perhaps, right? And I just make you really happy today. And you go on living your life really happy. That's nice. Maybe you'll get more things done today and tomorrow and next week and stuff like that. But maybe something that needs to be processed for your continuation of your life properly will not get completed or will be delayed at least, right? So with respect of how a person should be, sometimes it's important to take that kind of consideration. It takes a certain amount of wisdom and experience. It's possible that we make these mistakes, but as long as you do it with a good intention and you recognize where things may have gone awry, it's okay, right? But you don't want to be too reckless. You don't want to be too forceful in imposing your will on someone else's life, someone else's way of being. And so that's kind of the Taoism of it, of respecting the path, respecting the way. And then lastly is that we want to have a light touch, right? When he pushes me, I redirect him lightly. When I affect his energy, I affect him in a way that is respectful of how he is. And once we're done, it would be nice if he also had the intention of withdrawing that influence. So if we're give me some resistance right here, he's here like this, right? I connect with him, I create a flow, and then when I'm done, I just return to normal. I don't just leave him drunk and floating forever, perhaps. It's just we're all done, we disconnect, we log out, everything is nice and clean. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you have any other thoughts or questions on this matter?
Have you seen any masters misapply it in a bad way, like harming someone like that?
Oh, you mean is it possible to intentionally and harm someone? Yes, it is possible to intentionally harm someone. It's highly not recommended. Because why? Because in order to do this, we are becoming one with him. So it's like if he's over there with two persons and I shoot him or I throw a dart at him or whatever, something like that, that's one thing, right? But if he's a stranger, that's one thing. But if we are here and we're in this process and I connect and I feel I'm one with him, like we said previously, I care about you, I'm one with you. And now you're going to have tremendous suffering. What does that do to me if I'm one with him?
Makes you sick.
It makes me sick because we're one and the same. It's not like you'll light on fire and I'm just chilling over here. No, what you experience, I experience. So if you use this method to inflict harm on someone, you inflict harm on yourself. It's very bad for your well-being, for your karma and stuff like that. It's like a voodoo doll that affects both of us. So the more pins I put in you, the more pins I'm putting in myself too. So in this kind of connection, you will want to avoid that sort of hostile intention. But you also actually find it hard to have a hostile intention because in the first place, we did this because I'm connecting with you by feeling like you are my friend and I care about you, and so I'm gonna light you on fire. That's not really how our notions of friendship and connection really work. So that will tend to not be the case. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so it'll be all right.
Good.
Thank you for asking. Great
Thank you.
questions. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.